Welcome to Dark Whispers, where reality and nightmares collide. Hold on tight, for what you are about to hear will chill you to the bone. A real-life story, so terrifying, it may keep you awake tonight. Main story: the Enfield Poltergeist. In 1977, in the quiet suburbs of North London, a seemingly ordinary house at 284 Green Street became the epicenter of one of the most chilling paranormal events the world has ever seen. A case so baffling, it left authorities, witnesses, and experts stunned. This is the story of the Enfield Poltergeist. The beginning. It began innocently enough. Peggy Hodgson, a single mother, lived with her 4 children, including 11-year-old Janet, in a small house. Life wasn't easy, but they got by, until one night, late August 1977, when the unimaginable began. It started with soft knocks on the walls. At first, Peggy thought it was just the wind, or the house settling, but this was no ordinary sound. As the nights passed, the knocking grew louder. One evening, Peggy's heavy armchair started sliding across the living room floor, stopping abruptly in the middle of the room. No one was there. Nothing could explain it. Desperate, she called her neighbors to witness the madness. The Nottinghams, who came to check, were left shaking in disbelief as loud knocks began answering their question sounds too precise to be coincidence. It wasn't random, Peggy, Mick later said. It was answering us. But it wasn't just the house. It was Janet. At night, her bed would violently shake, and whispers filled the air. On one terrifying evening, Peggy entered Janet's room only to see her daughter levitating above the bed. What kind of force could do this? Terrified, the family reached out for help. Paranormal investigators began showing up in droves, and that's when things got truly unimaginable. Janet was no longer just the victim of strange events, she became its vessel. She began speaking in a deep, rasping voice, claiming to be Bill Wilkins, a man who had died years earlier in that very house. "My name is Bill. I lived here. I died in that corner, from a hemorrhage." The investigators didn't know what to make of it. They tested Janet's voice, but no matter what they did, the raspy tone would remain. It was impossible to explain. So, the house was swarming with reporters and police officers, all desperate for answers. One investigator captured marbles flying through the air. Furniture slid across rooms without a soul inside. Then came the most shocking moment. In one photograph, Janet was seen suspended mid-air, seemingly levitating. How could this happen? What force was behind it? Despite the overwhelming evidence, some insisted it was all a hoax. Skeptics said the Hodgson family was staging everything, but over 30 witnesses, including police officers, journalists, and investigators, swore that what they saw was real. One officer even saw a chair move on its own. Years later, Janet admitted to faking some minor incidents with her siblings, but she stood by the fact that most of what occurred was real and completely beyond their control. When the poltergeist was at its worst, Janet recalls waking up with someone's cold hands around her neck, a feeling like she was being punished for reasons she couldn't comprehend. The terror was overwhelming. After almost 2 years of horror, the poltergeist's activity began to fade away, but the memories, the fear, stayed with the Hodgson family for. To this day, no one truly knows what happened at 284 Green Street. Was it an elaborate hoax? Or did something supernatural truly take hold of the Hodgson family? The case of the Enfield Poltergeist remains one of the most debated paranormal events in history. For the Hodgson family, it was never just a story. It was their lives, A story of real terror. And for those who witnessed it, the question remains, what truly happened in that house? That's all for today from Dark Whispers. But remember, some darkness never fades, and its echoes might just call you back. Make sure you subscribe and join us next time, if you dare.